Sagittarius, singles, super singles, completely singles. It's Tarot, my love. I'm David, using the Ethereal Tarot Illuminated deck. And we're going to do your single spread. Just call this the Four Pillars read. Here I'm doing hopefully a little bit different singles read. We're going to straight up look for your soulmate. We're just asking Spirit with the cards here to reveal to us your soulmate. In the name of light and love, only so I serve the greatest good. Sagittarius here, we ask Spirit to show us a little insight into the soulmate here, the one that's right for you, not your next ex problem, but your next soulmate is right for you and you're right for them. We're pretending like the airport's been cleared and we're allowing them to land finally. Maybe they've been circling for a while, but now we're going to meet them and kind of maybe go out on a little date with them, get to know them a little bit, sip of coffee. Okay, I like this reading. I created this reading too. Because of the heart spread, I really wanted to go with just the heart spread. I created that, and it's what I'm most comfortable with, and it's just, man, it gets right to it. But it was kind of lacking for singles, so I came up with this to do something specifically for that single energy when we're wide open, and let's look for the person who is the right one now that really will help us grow. So here we're looking at their emotional nature, Page of Pentacles. It's a little different read, so I encourage you to don't freak out. Three of Pentacles if you get a Seven of Swords or something. Knight of Swords is in their intellectual position. And Six of Swords in their intellectual position. Okay, so they're very intellectual and very grounded right off the bat. Here we'll do sexual and love energy, and here we'll pull two cards and look at their what I call core values and lifestyle. And I just kind of get my feelings off of this and see if I can pick up on any stories. Okay, first of all, I had great childhood. I want to say they have three siblings, or maybe they have two siblings. And I think they're all probably very close. We're going to have a Earth Moon here. I'm thinking a Capricorn Moon. And so someone emotionally who's exceptionally stable. I'm trying to think of what you would get from them. Um, they're probably going to dress fairly conservatively. Um, there's a shyness about them. Also sincerity with the Page of Pentacles. Very sincere. Um, it's shyness, if that's the right words. They don't. It's not that they lack confidence. They are modest. They're very modest, sort of unassuming, disarming, unassuming. It's a kind of person, like man or woman. Like if they, you know, if people had to describe them later after meeting them, uh, they probably have a hard time. Maybe there's something about them that kind of just blend in here, and it has to do with the way they look, the way they act. Um, and they might be inclined to um, really work with people, like feel drawn towards collaborating. So they would be the kind of person they wouldn't gossip. I'm trying to think of something they would this year recognize, but you won't hear them gossiping. Um, they're going to be focused on sort of practical things, and I don't mean necessarily boring things, practical things, helpful things. The Three of Pentacles very positive. You're it's sort of like emotionally. Why I say Capricorn Moon, being very balanced and very kind of self-contained. Um, you, Someone that's not going to often go off on any kind of tangent or anything, or emotionally feel swamped or overwhelmed, or even seriously distracted. So it'd be someone too that have immense concentration ability. I mean, you can almost see it in the Page of Pentacles. That concentration. And there's someone who's going to very carefully consider things, including their speech, when we get to the intellect. Because you would think with the Knight of Swords, and that this would be someone who would really speak up. Because as an archetype, we throw into the intellect position the Knight of Swords. Um, yeah, we get someone you would think is going to really speak up aggressively, even. But you have the Six of Swords emotionally walking away. So I think what happens with them, and here you'll see it as you're talking to them, uh, they will, in response to what's being said, they will forcefully say something to themselves. And they may beat themselves up a little bit, you know. I think it's kind of more like holding themselves to a high standard. Like, in other words, you could be saying something, and they could be listening to you and saying to themselves, damn it, he's totally right. How come I didn't see that? I should have saw that. I should have caught it myself. So it's not really bad. I think there's just stuff goes on inside their mind very fast and very quick. They might every once in a while come in with a zinger because they're very quick. Their mind moves very fast. They'd be good at doing anything that needed thinking fast, whether it be video games or I don't know what that would be. A pilot for a fighter plane or something. Might have like very good hand-eye coordination. I get they have really good eyesight too. I don't know why. There's someone. I think it's this Knight of Swords. I think they're very focused. Altogether, there's someone that could very focus. I would be surprised if they don't have at least a bachelor's degree, maybe more, because there's someone that's smart. Um, they're very practical, I think, about the way they use their intelligence. So, you know, I think most of us are plenty intelligent enough to basically do what needs to be done in life, but we don't necessarily have everything else, the discipline, the ability to focus our energy, our mind, even what intelligence we have. Whereas this person can totally focus on what they need to focus on. Um, they're the kind of person, like if you had a problem with your phone or your computer or something. I mean, even if they don't know anything about phones or computers. And by the way, I'm getting like Aquarius Mercury now. Maybe Aquarius energy to go with this Cap Moon's a very stable person. And Aquarius Mercury is exactly this kind of mind. They can figure out whatever needs to be figured out. You know, their mind just works, and a lot of it is because it has that ability, fixed air, to really focus down. And this person has that in spades. So I don't know if you kind of see this look. You may see this look on their face across the table on a date, where it's kind of intense, and they're like super focusing on you. Because this is someone, when you're interacting with them, I guarantee you their cell phone's not going to be over here. They're going to be, doing this. No, they're going to be 100% focused on you, and there with you, and you're interacting. And I think they're going to listen more than they talk. But once you draw them out, this is someone that I can't imagine the stories they would tell. They probably have a really good memory. They might have a kind of eidetic memory. And I think they might be really well read, maybe even well traveled. Someone that's been around, definitely pays attention. This is the kind of person, like almost no matter what you find yourself talking about, they will have some awareness of it, some knowledge of it, Um, that kind of person. Very intellectually curious, outgoing person. Nine of Swords this is in their sexual love energy. Don't freak. Um, in the Two of Cups, sexual love energy here. So let's see. Look at their core values and their lifestyle energy over here, Sag. And that's Death and Two of Swords. So let me see here. Skip sex for a minute and look at their lifestyle core values. I said aqua personality, aqua, definitely Mercury. So, I mean, they could be Cap, they could be even Aries, um, Pisces, maybe. So, um, it's got that Scorpio Pluto energy up here. I don't see any kind of bad childhood. And then the Two of Swords, and look at the Knight of Swords and the Six of Swords, and then the Two of Cups. But this is speaking to their intellect here. I don't. This is a person. I don't think that they've lived up to their intellect. I think you're gonna find that. I think this is the kind of person that when people meet them and they open up, 'cause they might be a little slow to open up and start really expressing themselves. I bet you people often say about this person that, wow, you know, it might be a little awkward because you don't want to say to them, like, why are you a clerk at a whatever store? How come you're not a professor at a university or something? I think they may have had trouble kind of living up to their own expectations. They made some bad decisions back there, like in their choice of major, in terms of like their business affairs and stuff. I definitely don't see them as being someone that's going to come in being kind of wealthy. I think they make a living, that kind of thing. But I think too, this is someone they're probably gonna. This is a story they might tell. They wanted to be an astronaut, and they got accepted into NASA program and da da da. But then there was some hiccup with their medical testing, and they got something went sideways like that. And so I think it's someone that's just struggled through life to really find a place for themselves. And they've probably gone through a lot of, call it death and transformation experiences in terms of their work and all that 10th house energy. It's what we share with the world, in our public image and stuff. Um, and so they may still struggle with that. So, men, they're your person. I didn't say they're perfect, no. But they may still be kind of looking for the right fit for them to use this amazing mind they have. Um, and in terms of like your household and stuff, I don't see them having a lot of opinion about that. If anything at all, they'd be somewhat practical, a little nuts and bolts. Like be like, is there enough bathrooms? Uh, is a mortgage affordable? I don't see them really getting into a full-on HGTV experience with you about all that. A little nuts and bolts there. Um, but then sexually, with the Nine of Swords up there, um, I don't want to use the word dysfunction, um, but I think they could be very slow to get engaged sexually. So probably someone hasn't had a lot of partners. And down here with the Two of Cups, they really take it seriously when they do. This could be a Pisces Venus. Pisces is exalted there. If they're Aquarius personality, that would make the most sense. And actually, I think maybe I'd go with a Pisces Mars. And then that would make this an Aquarius Mercury, and they might also be an Aquarius Venus person. And that could be simply what it is. With an Aquarius Venus and a Pisces Mercury, the way you want to give love and the way you want love is going to be different from your way you have sex, the way you want sex, the way you appreciate sex, and it's in conflict because with the Aquarius energy, they want kind of freedom, really. Um, they would call it respect. They want to be really open, and they might call it mature, and that kind of thing. Um, and with the Pisces water sign, actually would go better with that than a lot of others, or any other water sign. But still, I mean, they may want, in terms of sex, it may not be that big a conflict. It just may mean that in sex is where they really express their emotions. this person. So, in terms of love, they might be a little bit colder or a little more aloof in the way that they kind of give their love. But it will be very accepting. That's the thing. Like if you need room, you need space. I mean, they're all going to be about that and able to do that. And I think that where they real, because you don't see any cups here until you get the two of cups in the core of the sexual love position, and I'm going to call that Mars and Pisces. So um, that's where they really open up and express their emotions. And when you finally get to that place, it might be a little bit shocking to you just how vulnerable and emotional they get during lovemaking. I mean, their voice may change, and I mean, you just could just feel it, like they're just opening themselves up in a way that you don't experience with them. That's not in that intimate time. So I hope Sag gives you some idea what's going on with your person here. Let me know. I do appreciate comments. Good time to join a dating site. Get out there and find this person, guys. But I appreciate your likes too, and thank you for joining. That means a lot to me. June, guys.